Sometimes you don't get to walk away. Sometimes the relationship is tied to children, finances, culture, or years of shared history. And so the question becomes quieter, but more complex. How do you stay without losing yourself? So navigating a relationship with a narcissistic individual, particularly one exhibiting traits, is not simply difficult. It is neurologically and psychologically destabilizing. Research in clinical psychology describes relationships with the narcissistic dynamic as involving chronic invalidation, intermittent reinforcement, and empathic failure. The partner often experiences cognitive dissonance, holding conflicting realities. They love me versus they harm me. Hypervigilance, a trauma response driven by unpredictable emotional climates. Erosion of self-concept due to repeated gaslighting and projection. And this is not just relational strain. It is an identity destabilization under prolonged psychological stress. So if leaving is not an option, surviving requires strategy, not hope. Research-informed approaches don't aim to change the narcissist because personality structures of this kind are notably resistant to change without long-term voluntary clinical interventions. Not happening. So instead, the work becomes self-regulation, boundary structure, and reality anchoring. Here's what that looks like. Number one is shift from the emotional engagement to strategic detachment, which is often called the gray rock method. You reduce the emotional reactivity, becoming neutral, predictable, and non-rewarding to provocative behavior. Why it works? Narcissistic dynamics are reinforced by emotional supply, attention, reaction, intensity. By minimizing this reinforcement loop. Number two is establish functional boundaries, not the emotional ones, the traditional advice. Hey, just set some boundaries. But with a narcissistic individual, boundaries must be, number one, behavior-based, what you will do, not what you should change. Consistently enforced inconsistency invites testing, low emotion delivery to avoid escalation. Example, not, you need to stop yelling at me, but if yelling starts, I will leave the room. This aligns with behavioral conditioning principles. You are shaping interaction patterns, not appealing to empathy. Number third is the reality anchoring to counter gaslighting, which gaslighting includes instability and begins to doubt your own perception of reality. To counter this, keep a written record, journaling interactions, use cognitive grounding techniques. What do I know to be true? And this restores cognitive coherence, a critical factor in psychological resilience. And number four is the emotional self-regulation as a primary skill. Your nervous system becomes conditioned to their unpredictability. You may experience the amygdala hijacking where emotional responses override rational processing. Regulation tools include breath work, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, somatic awareness, tracking body responses, delayed responses, strategic, not reacting in real time. And this is not avoidance, it's actually neurobiological self-protection. And number five is redefine expectations. From intimacy to management, one of the most painful but necessary shift is this. You may need to move from seeking mutual emotional intimacy to practicing relational management. This reduces the repeated disappointment driven by the unmet attachment needs. You're no longer asking, how do I get them to understand me? How do I get them to love me? But instead, how do I interact in a way that protects my psychological integrity? And if you choose to stay, let it be a conscious, informed decision, not a conditioned one. Staying does not mean surrendering your identity. It only means building internal clarity in an externally confusing environment. So ask yourself, where am I still seeking validation that is unlikely to come? What boundaries am I afraid to enforce, and why? What would it look like to prioritize my nervous system over their reactions? Because the goal is not to win the relationship. The goal is to remain intact within it. And sometimes that is the most powerful form of self-preservation that there is. Hope you liked my video. And if you did, support my channel, hit the like, and please leave a comment or two for me. Thank you.